and welcome to a very fresh episode of Frankly Speaking, and joining me today is Mr. Kapil Sibal. What should I call you? Legal, Rajya Sabha member
just an
of
ordinary
Parliament.
guy who wants to talk to you.
Lovely to catch up with you, Mr. Sibal, but what do you think about the current controversy that's raging over the Uniform Civil Code?
I think it's a thoughtless exercise.
Why would you say that?
I don't know what the proposal is. Can you tell me? What do you mean by uniform civil code? What is to be uniform? Are all customs to be uniform? As you know, that under Article 13 of the Constitution, custom is law. So will customs be uniform? Will you remove the HUF? HUF applies only to Hindus. HUF, in fact, there's a distinction between self-acquired property and ancestral property. So are you going to remove HUF? There are billions of people, Hindus in particular, who do business as HUF, who hold agricultural land as HUF. What do you do about Goa? The Portuguese in Goa, the laws in Goa. A Goan, for example, if he's above 30 and doesn't have a child, can marry again. You're going to abolish that. What do you do about the Northeast? We don't have a proposal. So what is this bahas about?
The bahas is probably an initiation of the debate and the issues which has been put on the back burner.
What are the issues? I'd like to know from you. Please tell me one issue that the Prime Minister has raised. One issue, just one. I don't want more.
Let's talk about gender parity.
Great, must have it. Of course, I am for it. But is that what this is about?
Should that be a starting point?
But he has not said it. You are saying it. Navika is not the mouthpiece of the Prime Minister of India. So far, I hope. So you are saying
certainly not. The Law Commission has also put out a
Law Commission in 2021 said it should never be put into practice. That's the Law Commission's report of 2021. Men change, ideologies change, positions change, politics changes, and the Law Commission changes.
Change is the constant of
life. I agree entirely. Therefore, there another dispensation will change this also. That's not the way country should go forward. That's not what the constitution makers in the Constituency Assembly wanted. Do you know what happened in the Constituency Assembly debate and what Ambedkar ji said? He said that, look, in the 1937 Shariat Act, it was brought into force by law much before the Hindu Marriage Act came and other Hindu laws came, much before that. It was not made applicable. What he said was that in 1937 Shariat Act was applicable only to those people who voluntarily accepted it.
Optional.
Optional, right? So if you really want to have a Hindu code, uniform civil code, then maybe that's the way to go, right? First have a consensus, talk to all stakeholders. There's been no talk. For the 9 years, there's been no talk. 2 months can't sort of bridge the gap, and there's no talk even with stakeholders. Stakeholders means community leaders. Stakeholders doesn't mean political parties. Community leaders of various, not just religious leaders, non-religious community leaders. What about Adivasis? What about their customs? See, so nobody's talking about it. So you have a debate without a subject matter. This is the problem.
But my point to you is, you're an erudite man, you're a legal powerhouse. Is there need in the current day society in 21st century to look at some of these antiquated customs and beliefs and bring about some amount of parity? For example, the inheritance law, and I'm not denying that it should not be done for the HUF. Of course, it should be changed in keeping and in consonance with other laws in other communities. Of course, it should apply to tribals. It should. There is a need for something like this, but certainly when the political reaction to this comes out as "आप मुसलमानों को target कर रहे हैं," do you think that is also fallacious?
First of all, I don't think this is an issue because I don't have that proposal. I think the opposition is also jumping the gun. Why should the opposition react to something which is missing, which is a subject matter which is missing? Right? So I don't know why the opposition is doing this, why people are opposing it. You can't oppose something that is not before you, and you can't support something which is not before you.
So you are saying this is premature, the kind of positions that are
No,
being
it is
taken?
done for a political purpose. कि भाई 2024 तो आ रहा है, ठीक है ना? अब कुछ ना कुछ तो करना है, 9 साल तो बाकी जो कब्रिस्तान और शमशान घाट तो खत्म हो गया, बाकी लव जिहाद वो सब तो हो गया, अब कुछ ना कुछ तो मुद्दा ढूंढना है ना. तो राम मंदिर बनेगा इन जनवरी, ठीक है? And then uniform civil code, this debate will go on, people will take sides, and then there will be polarization, there will be electoral benefit. That's the only purpose. Otherwise, you would, for 9 years, you should have had a full discussion.